Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new and haven't subscribed our channel, press the subscribe button. In this video, we are going to learn how to do pipe support analysis using bearing load in SolidWorks simulation, and we will learn about the different type of elements in SolidWorks simulation. Let's start. We have made this pipe support using sheet metal feature, and we are going to use shell elements for this sheet metal feature in the SolidWorks simulation. First of all, go to SolidWorks add-ins and on SolidWorks simulation. From here, you will see the simulation tab appearing on your toolbox. Go to new study and select static study. Press OK. Now you can see that our material is applied. Our material is galvanized steel. Okay, now from here you can see that there are three type of elements: treat as solid, treat as beam, or it is already adjusted to shell elements. Like if I will select treat as solid, it will be converted to solid, and if I will treat it as sheet metal, it will convert it to shell elements. We can see the shell elements when we will use mesh. Basically we are not using solid because our sheet metal thickness is not so much, therefore we are using shell elements so we can get our results accurately. So what we will do now is we will go to fixed geometry and insert fixtures at these ends or faces like this. So our fixture are ready. Because this part or this portion will be clamped to our wall or the other thing you want with, we will press OK. Now in this yellow area we will apply a bearing load. So as you can see that we have made a coordinate system on this, on the center of this semicircle. So we can apply a bearing load with the direction of X. For that we will go to external load, select bearing load and select this face, and you can see that our coordinate system is already selected. If our coordinate system will not selected, the force will not be applied. So for that we have to select our coordinate system. So we are going to apply 100 Newton force in the X direction. Press OK. We are going to refine little bit, and our mesh is ready. Now you can see that this is our shell element type. Its thickness is so less. We have used shell element, therefore it is showing like this. Now what we will do is we will just run this study. So as we have used shell elements, therefore shell elements differentiate between stress results on top and bottom of the element. In case of bending, one side will show tensile stress and other will show compressive stress. So we will prepare two stress plots. For that we will go to edit definition and we will select first principal stress and we'll select bottom. So this will be our maximum principal stress because it is acting on the bottom, and it is also our tensile stress because it will show us the resistance to the fracture. Press OK, and now we will select it. We will change the unit so we can see it easily. We will see it is in megapascal. So you can see that our maximum principal stress at the bottom of the shell is 50.6 megapascal. So our maximum stress at these reds are showing is 50.6 megapascal. Now we are going to plot a minimum principal stress, which will be our compressive side and will be the top of the element. So for that we will again go to stress plot, and the top is already has been selected. From here we will select the P3 node value, and from here we will select it in megapascal and floating units and press OK. So you can see that our minimum principal stress is minus 50.30. This principal stress is on the top of the shell. So let's see what is top of the shell and bottom of the shell. We will just go to edit definition, and from advanced option we will select render shell thickness in 3D. So like this you can see that this is our top shell, which is in red, and this is our bottom. So the bottom is showing the tensile stress and the top is showing the compressive stress. So now we are going to see the factor of safety. For that we are going to plot it between the maximum von Mises stress. Press next button, and material is already involved, yield strength and ultimate strength is given. So now we will again go to next. So we will see the areas below our factor of safety. For that we will select this button and select OK. So now you can see that there is no area less than 1. So our model is safe. So you can use this method for any SolidWorks sheet metal simulation. For the accurate results, you can refine the meshes accordingly, or you can see the effect ratios accordingly and use the same procedure. Thank you for watching. Keep supporting and keep sharing.